How far would you go after someone stole your entire life? For 20 years, my identical twin, Sarah, took my life one piece at a time. My friends, my achievements, my career, even the man I loved. Everyone believed she was the perfect daughter while I became the family disappointment. Eventually, I stopped trying to prove my innocence and started preparing the truth. It began in middle school. Sarah would break things around the house, then cry to our parents and insist I was responsible. I was punished every time, while she was comforted like the victim. That pattern never changed. By high school, she wasn't satisfied with stealing attention. She wanted my identity. After I earned a starting spot on the varsity soccer team, Sarah suddenly decided she wanted to play too. She failed to make the team, but somehow convinced Coach Martinez that I'd been speaking badly about her. Instead of rewarding my hard work, he benched me for having poor team spirit. My first relationship ended the same way. Sarah secretly texted my boyfriend using my phone, pretending to be me and ending our relationship. Then she stepped in to comfort him after my so-called personality change. They stayed together for 8 months. College only made things worse. I worked 2 jobs just to pay tuition while Sarah's expenses were fully covered by our parents. Whenever I questioned it, Mom always gave the same excuse. Sarah is more focused on building her future. The truth was that she'd convinced everyone she was the responsible twin while I carried the blame for everything. After graduation, I finally thought my luck had changed. I landed an interview with the marketing company I'd dreamed about joining. 2 weeks later, Sarah interviewed there too. She'd secretly listened to my phone calls, memorized everything I'd learned, and presented my ideas as if they were hers. She got the position. I went home rejected. The final betrayal came when I was 25. I'd been quietly dating my neighbor, David, for 6 months. We took things slowly because I'd been hurt too many times before. Sarah met him once at my birthday party. 3 months later, they announced their engagement. Even the ring was identical to one I'd shown her years earlier in a bridal magazine. At their engagement celebration, everyone praised Sarah for her amazing career, athletic background, and dependable personality. I sat there realizing she'd built her entire reputation using pieces of my life. That night, I made a promise to myself. No more forgiveness. For the next year, I gathered evidence. Screenshots exposing her changing stories. Old posts contradicting everything she claimed. Secret recordings where she admitted to lying because she thought nobody was listening. Most importantly, I collected proof showing she'd sabotaged my marketing interview by stealing information from my conversations and presenting my research as her own. 1 week before her wedding, I told David I wanted to surprise Sarah with a slideshow during the rehearsal dinner. He happily agreed. The presentation started with innocent childhood pictures. Everyone smiled. Then the truth appeared. Photos proving she'd tried to steal my soccer position after claiming she'd never cared about sports. Old posts mocking David's favorite band beside newer posts pretending she'd always loved them after they started dating. Finally, the room filled with Sarah's own voice. "I can't believe David thinks I enjoy hiking," she laughed. "The idiot spent $500 on boots I'll never wear." Silence swallowed the room. David's face lost all color. Sarah rushed toward the projector, but nothing could stop what everyone had already seen. I quietly held up the bridal magazine from 2018, showing my handwritten notes beside the exact engagement ring she'd claimed was her own idea. She tried explaining. No one listened. There was simply too much evidence. David walked away without saying a single word. Within days, co-workers admitted Sarah had been taking credit for other people's work for years. The marketing firm investigated the complaints, and by Friday she was fired. For the first time in our lives, our parents finally recognized the truth and stopped defending her. At 26, Sarah was back living with them, unemployed, single, and forced to watch me rebuild the future she'd spent decades trying to steal. Last month, she asked if we could leave the past behind and become sisters again. I smiled and quietly replied, "Some mistakes never disappear, but maybe now you'll finally learn to live your own life instead of stealing mine."